Good morning, class. Today I'm going to go over your assignment, and I'm going to explain to you how to do this. So, if you will go to my teacher website, you'll find this assignment under Technology Integrated Instruction, right here. This assignment is going to have you playing around with a Phet simulation of pH scales and answering a number of questions from a worksheet I prepared. You can access the worksheet by clicking right here. This will bring up the worksheet. And if you look at it, you'll notice that the questions are going to have you answering what the concentration of various solutions are in hydroxide and hydrogen ions, and in moles per liter of this solution, and just playing around with the various type of simulations. So, you can find the simulation itself via this link. This will take you to the Phet website, and click this button here in order to launch the simulation. Once you've done so, you'll see that there are three submenus: the macro simulation, micro, and my solution. It is the micro and my solution simulations that you will be using to answer your questions. The macro simulation is essentially an introductory simulation that familiarizes you with some of the properties of the Phet simulation. So let's click on that. What you'll see here is a tank of 1/2 liters of water and a small dropper which you can use. The water can be increased or decreased as such. If you're wanting to add a smaller amount, you can do so with the dropper. Now, this simulation does not record the various pH levels, but as you remember and can see here, a pH of 7 is neutral, below that is an acidic substance, and above that is an alkaline or basic substance. From this drop-down menu here, you can select the various types of solutions, such as battery acid, blood, chicken soup, and so on. And when you do select one, you can only add more of it via the dropper. The two faucets will dilute the solution or remove some of it away, respectively. Now, let us go back to the micro simulation. So you'll have to click here again, and here again. So, we have the same features as the other simulation. The ability to add water, select any of the types of solutions, but you'll also notice that there is a pH meter inside the water. You can remove that or add it as you so desire. And over here, when the pH meter is in the water, you see represented the concentration of the hydrogen ions and the hydroxide ions respectively. And you can choose whether to represent them visually as concentrations in moles per liter or simply as the quantity of moles. Down here, you have the ability to select between a logarithmic or a linear model, depending on whichever one you would prefer. And over here, we have the ability to visually represent the concentrations of the hydrogen and hydroxide ions within the solution, as well as to put the concentrations of them on the board. So, let us just use an example. Let us say we want to find the concentration of hydroxide ions in hand soap for approximately 1 liter of hand soap. So, we start with 0.50 liters, and we're going to want to add some until we get to 1 liter. Now, as you can see, this is an alkaline solution, and there are far many hydroxide ions than hydrogen ions. The pH is represented up here, and here are the concentrations in moles per liter. What you will notice, though, is as I added more of the solution, the concentrations did not change because it's all the same solution. But let's say that I remove a bit and add water. Yes, now the concentration does change. It's still very much alkaline, but the pH has gone down slightly. and so of the concentrations of hydroxide. Now, let us consider the last of the simulations. So you'll go back to here and click this again, the My Solution simulation. Now, you'll notice a difference here. This simulation does not allow you to choose various types of solutions. You're stuck with using just water, and you cannot add more water. It's just 0.5 liters of water. However, what you can do is you can manually adjust the pH, either up or down via these buttons, or conversely, you can move these up and down to manually select a pH and then move a bit closer to what you want with this button. So let's say I wanted to find what the pH is, let's say at 9. So I would move these up to 9, and then manually move this down until we got to 9. And then we see it's a alkaline solution, and here are the concentrations of hydroxide and hydrogen ions in your solution. As before, these can be represented as concentration in moles per liter or in just the quantity of moles. Now, after having played around with these simulations, go to your document here, download it through this button up here, and answer the questions, save it as a file, and submit it to my teacher's website. I will grade these documents over the weekend and have them back to you on the first day of next week. If you have any further questions, you can submit them to me to my personal email address, and I will get to them as soon as I can.